Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Jill Baird and today we have a very core-focused sculpting flow, so very much a power yoga sculpt without equipment other than blocks class. We are going to get started straight away in child's pose, so from a kneeling position, bring your knees towards the wider edges of the mat, big toes to touch, and then walk your fingertips forward as you sit your hips back onto your heels. We're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths here. Inhale through the nose, fill up, open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, deeper, fuller inhale through the nose, feeling the back body expand, the side ribs work their way towards the inner thighs. And an open mouth, exhale as you begin to become even more present on your mat. One more deepest, fullest inhale yet, bringing in that breath until you feel like you cannot bring in another sip, holding it at the top, and open mouth, exhale with control, empty out completely. Seal your lips closed and begin to use your Ujjayi breath. You can stay exactly as you are as you begin to build and cultivate that breath, or if you'd like a deeper shoulder stretch, we're going to come into prayer hands. So bring your pinkies to the mat, thumbs to face up, then bring the palms together. Bend to the elbows, walk the thumbs to the base of the neck, and then you can give a little press into your elbows to walk them forward, just feeling a really nice deep stretch in your triceps here. Being conscious about keeping your hips connected to your heels. And on your next inhale, release, come up to a tabletop position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Pull your belly button back towards your spine to take any arch out of your low back. Walk your hands about a handprint distance in front of where they were, and we're going to come into hip circles in a clockwise direction. So dropping your right hip towards your right heel, circling over left hip towards left heel, then left hip towards the left wrist as you inhale, right hip towards right wrist, and one more time in this direction. Pressing through the palms to draw the hips back, and then almost pulling your palms back towards your knees as you circle your hips forward. Stop at neutral, and we're going to take it in a counterclockwise direction. On the exhale, left hip towards left heel, right hip towards right heel, circle the right hip towards the right wrist, left hip, left wrist, and one more time in this direction. If you find anywhere that feels stuck or just feels good, you can hang out there for a moment. And then as we come back forward, we'll find that neutral tabletop again. We're going to grab one of our blocks and we're going to bring it underneath our left knee, left shin for a little added balance challenge as we come into a spinal balance here, extending the left arm straight out of the left shoulder, thumb facing up, and then squeezing the right glute, pressing through the right heel and spiraling those right toes in towards the midline of the body. On your next exhale, tuck around and curl, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen, using your core to stay steady, not wobbling from side to side, so very anti-rotational oblique work here, as well as the entire front core and some strengthening in the spine. Exhale, tuck around and curl. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Move like you're moving through peanut butter. Slowly and controlled as you can. 1 more. And then this time on our inhale, lengthen. Bring the left hand underneath the left shoulder, and we're going to tap the right foot out to the right side of your mat. Take an inhale, pull your belly button back towards your spine, and as you exhale, squeeze the outer right hip, lift the foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift and hold. Pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Put the block back to the top of the mat, walk your palms out that palm's distance from where they were, and on an exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking some pedals here as you bend one knee deeply, bring the opposite heel to the mat, awakening the backside body, pressing the palms away, finding length from the fingertips to the hips. And then coming back to stillness, heels draw towards the mat. On an inhale breath, coming into that tabletop. Organizing your joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Grab your block, bring it underneath your right knee, shin this time. And we're going to extend the left leg and the right arm, thumb facing up, bicep in line with the ear. Inhale, lengthen as far apart as you can from the heel and the fingers. And exhale, tuck around and curl, draw it into center. Inhale, lengthen, find that balance, that steadiness. And exhale, tuck around and curl. Use your core to keep you from balancing, from wobbling side to side. Exhale, tuck around and curl. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more. Exhale, tuck around and curl. Inhale, finds length. Exhale, tuck around and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right palm to the mat, left foot to the mat. Pull your belly button in and up, and on an exhale, lift that left foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze the outer hip and lift. Keeping your shoulders and your hips square to the mat. And 1 more, pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the tabletop. Bring the block off to the side of the mat. Walk the palms out. Tuck the toes, hover the knees, hips back towards heels, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto your tippy toes, and as you exhale, heels find the left side of the mat. Give a good press into your right hand. Inhale up onto the tippy toes, and exhale, heels to the right. Press extra into the left hand. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, shift forward, high plank. First high plank of the class. Press the palms into the mat, broaden the upper back. Hug your butt in. Press through your heels towards the wall behind you. Inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, right foot to the outside of the right hand. Malasana Squat, pressing elbows into knees, knees into elbows, maybe rocking, swaying side to side if that feels good. Think about tailbone extending down towards the mat as the crown of the head lifts towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, find more length up and out of your hips. And as you exhale, palms find the mat, wide-legged forward fold. Toe heel, big toes in towards one another to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, powerful pose as your head and your tail reach in opposite directions. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise Tadasana, mountain pose. Hug your butt, tuck your tailbone under, lift the skin on your shins, your knees, your quads. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, coming into ball pose as we lift up onto our tippy toes, dropping our buns towards our heels, reaching the fingertips forward. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, boat pose, sit back onto your sits bones, bring your knees to a tabletop to begin with. Reach your fingertips forward, pinkies face in. And then if you'd like to straighten into the legs, but keep that lift in your chest, low belly scooping in and up. We're gonna lift a little bit higher and hold for 4. You've got it. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming down onto our back. We're gonna come into some dead bugs here. So fingertips facing up, shoulders down in their sockets, thumbs facing back. Take an inhale breath, pull your belly button back towards your spine. Exhale, left leg, right arm extend. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, switch it out. You can lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, center. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Go ahead and grab one of your blocks. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So bring the block between your inner thighs. Palms on the mat, fingertips reaching towards the heels. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, begin to peel up. Hips begin the process, so lifting from the tailbone, coming up towards the shoulders, drawing your chin in towards your chest and squeezing that block. If you want to make it harder, come up onto your heels and continue squeezing your outer hips in, pulling your belly button back towards your spine and knitting those front ribs in. We're going to hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beginning at your shoulder blades, begin to roll down one vertebra at a time. Put the block off to the side of the mat, cross your ankles, rock and roll the length of your spine 3 times, and after the 3rd time, we're going to meet in a high plank pose. Beginning to come into shoulder taps, again, anti-rotational, no movement from side to side. So if you need to walk your feet a little bit wider, you can walk your feet a little bit wider to find some more stability. Or if you need to just hold your plank, you can hold your plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into Malasana, right foot to the outside of the right hand, left foot to the outside of the left hand. This time coming into a twist, bringing the left fingertips to the mat, pressing the left tricep into the left inner thigh. Peel open as that right thumb draws back and your gaze follows. Snuggle your shoulder blades in towards one another and down away from your ears. Release on an inhale and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Toe heel the toes in towards one another. Inhale, halfway lift, palms on shins or fingertips on the mat. Exhale, fold, and inhale, root to rise, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Lengthen out of your waist and then begin to hinge at your hips. Tuck, rounding, curl into that tiny little ball pose. Maybe you even hover those fingertips off the mat. Exhale, boat pose. This time, grab your blocks. We're going to bring one between our upper inner thighs, and we're going to bring the other one between our hands. We're going to keep our shins tabletop to begin with. And on an exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. Inhale, center. So the lower body is like it's in cement, and the twist is from the belly button up. Exhale, back to the right. Inhale, center, lift. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep squeezing that block between your inner thighs and press into the block between your palms. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Bring that block that's in your hands to the side of the mat. Slowly roll down onto your back. And we're going to bring the block between our right thigh and our right forearm. And then we're going to come into a dead bug on the left only. So pressing that right forearm and right thigh into the block. Inhale as you lengthen the arm and the leg, and exhale to bring it back to center. Option to not straighten the leg if you feel your low back, moving away from the mat, moving with your own breath. 2 more. Inhale to find length, and exhale to draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Good, now we're gonna bring that block between our upper thighs. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And we're gonna come up into a bridge pose. So exhale, lift your hips. Really squeeze the block with the inner thighs. Inhale, and exhale, lift the left toes, keeping the knees and the hips in a line. Inhale, tap the left toes. Exhale, really squeeze that right glute, press into the sole of the right foot. Inhale, lower, one more. Exhale, lift and hold. Squeeze the knees towards one another. Hug that outer right hip in especially. Bring the right left foot down and slowly roll down onto your back. Bring the block off to the left side. Cross your ankles. Rock and roll 3 times and step or hop back into your high plank. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Scoop your low belly in and up. Draw your toes towards your wrists, wrists back towards your toes, and then exhale, squeeze your right glute, lift the heel in line with the hip, and we're gonna pulse. Continue to breathe. Pulse, little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to that high plank, and then we're going to come into Malasana. Left foot to the outside of the left hand, right foot to the outside of the right hand. Press elbows into knees, knees into elbows, and we're going to come into a twist on the left this time. So the right tricep presses the right knee open, right fingertips find the mat. Extend that left arm out with your thumb up like you're going to shake somebody's hand, and then follow your thumb as you bring it back, spiraling open. Such an awesome stretch for our hips here. It's a strengthener and a stretcher. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Both palms find the mat. Inhale as you toe heel, big toes in towards one another to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Dig in the deepest fold you've been in today. And then inhale, rise, Tadasana, mountain pose. Squeeze your butt, tuck your tailbone under. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Coming down into ball pose, tuck around and curl. Maybe you come up just a little bit higher onto those tippy toes. You might be shaking a little bit. I am. Trying to bring my fingertips to the mat. Take an inhale breath, and then exhale. Boat pose. Go ahead and grab one block for between your legs. Tabletop the knees or the shins, and then bring the other block up. Find length like that string is lifting your chest, but continue to drop the shoulders down into their sockets. Inhale as the crown of your head lifts towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist from the belly button up. Inhale, press into that block. Lengthen up towards the ceiling. And exhale, twist. I hope you can see how much my legs are shaking. I am working hard here. My core is on fire. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale to lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower with control. Onto your back. Bring the block between your left thigh and your left forearm. Both thumbs are facing back towards your face. Take an inhale. And then lengthen fingertips and toes as you press forearm and thigh into the block. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale to find length. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that low back pressed into the mat like you're pulling your belly button back to your spine to tack your spine to the mat. Exhale. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Bring the block between your upper thighs. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, palms flat on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bridge pose. Hug the block. Take an inhale, press through the left foot. Exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, right toes, tap. Continue hugging that outer left hip in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap. Inhale, extend and hold. Squeeze the block and draw it towards the midline of the body. Press all four corners of the left foot into the mat. Inhale, foot finds the mat, and slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Block comes to the side of the mat. Cross your ankles. Rock and roll the length of your spine 3 times, and meet me in a high plank pose. Press the mat away. Take an inhale, exhale, squeeze your left glute. Lift the heel in line with the hip, and we're gonna pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes find the mat. Downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step your feet behind your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Grab your block, bring it between your thighs, and inhale, chair pose. Pinkies face in towards one another, slight tuck in the tailbone. And as you exhale, sparrow pose. Come up onto your tippy toes, hug the block, swim the pinkies up and back, engage the triceps. Inhale, chair pose, squeeze your buns, draw your belly button in and up. Exhale, swim it back. Sparrow pose, chest and thighs do not meet, they hover. Come up a little higher onto your tippy toes, sit your buns back. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, sparrow pose. Inhale, chair. And exhale, forward fold. Put the block off to the side. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step back, high plank, top of a push-up. We're gonna come into 3 Chaturanga push-ups from your knees or toes. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, pin them into the side body, hover the chest. High plank, shift forward, exhale, draw those elbows back towards your hips. Inhale, high plank, exhale, chaturanga, hold it, hover your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog, spread the collarbones wide, lift your gaze forward, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot to the right thumb. Crescent lunge. Come up into that high crescent. Straighten the front leg. Draw that right hip back. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, kiss the mat with that back knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, windmill the palms. Peel open, simple twist. Right fingertips lift towards the sky. And we're going to come into a high plank. Pivot onto the pinky edge of the left foot as you step the right foot on top. Reach the right fingertips forward. Exhale. Side crunch, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, high plank, top of a push-up. 1 chaturanga, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Flip to the tops of the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step or float, feet behind the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, grab the block. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sparrow pose. Drop your buns even lower. Lift your heels. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, swim it back. Engage those triceps like you're squeezing a block between your palms. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sparrow pose, swim it back. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold, block off to the side. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, high plank, 3 yoga push-ups. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, plank, press the ground away. Exhale, chaturanga, hover your chest, pull the elbows back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot to the left thumb. Crescent lunge, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Exhale, bend the knee. Hug the elbows into the side. Continue pulling the left hip back. Inhale, squeeze both buns. Straighten. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, crescent. I'm smiling. And exhale, windmill the palms down. Peel open, simple twist. And come into the side plank on the right as you work the pinky edge and sole of the right foot towards the mat. Create that rainbow in your side body. Lift your hips. And exhale. Left knee, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Last time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to your final downward facing dog. Noticing how different you feel from when you first stepped onto the mat. Your heart is probably beating a heck of a lot faster. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale one last time. Boat pose. Grab the blocks. Extend the arm. Block between the legs. And we're going to twist to both sides. Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. And then we're slowly, with control, going to come back onto our backs. You're going to hug those knees into your chest. Maybe rock side to side. If it feels good to you to take a dead bug pose here, keep your low back glued to the mat. Find the pinky edge of each foot. Maybe sway side to side. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Curl up into a tight, tiny little ball. Take the deepest inhale you've taken yet today. And the loudest, longest open mouth exhale as you surrender into Shavasana, your reward for your effort that you just put in on the mat. But know that you never have to put in anything more than Shavasana if that is exactly what you need for the day.